Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. And the Horned Frogs will kick it away to start. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for some. The LSU Tigers offense is on the field for the first time today. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you'd build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame he can really utilize.
He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him one.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer ones.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
Got his man downfield. Still on his feet at the 45. Can anyone catch him? They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And I love this offense and the way they started this football game. Listen, last week be damned, okay? Forget last week. Nice job coming out, setting the tone in this ball game, putting a long drive together, and getting a touchdown.
TCU, 0.
And he's going to try to return this one. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Horned Frogs offense will have its first possession of the game. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive day, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Yeah, best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great.
The expressway is wide open. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. It's caught downfield. Boy, are they loving that huge play. He's got it down to the 9.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make
touchdown, TCU! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And the extra point was good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
They'll go to work on second down after doing damage on the ground. Dropping back, it's Hurley. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about
running toward the tape. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
It's complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
The Horned Frogs are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal for the offense. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Georgia Tech ran roughshod over the competition today en route to a double-digit victory. And they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those gorgeous gold unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome. And certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Wide receiver coming across in motion. To the air. It's Hurley. Gets it out quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. The play-action fake. Dances away from the heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now, because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. On the option. He'll toss it. Using the spin move. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the option. The pitch. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
They'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll fire to his right. It's caught. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Going up top on first down. Got it in the middle, it's White. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far.
LSU 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. Running to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart, and he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting him to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
The Horned Frogs will try to put one on the board on first and goal. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Caught behind the line. It's Hampton. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Into the house. Touchdown, TCU! Lining up to add another. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop. Who knows? Better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
We now move inside 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
He's got great speed, working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's peak in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They're going to ride this running back. Give him 88 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Handoff from the gun. Nice move there. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Hampton. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Little touch pass to the receiver. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The Horned Frogs moving quickly to the line. A first down run in the red zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points.
Off he goes. He's at the 20. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? He will score. Touchdown, TCU. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Arizona came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won. And the fact, this wasn't ever really in question. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Watkins. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? Looking downfield, it's Hurley. He's going to fire deep. Picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And once he got loose, it was all over. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take...
Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. Running inside the 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The offense lining up for a first down play. He'll start this drive firing. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
It's now second down.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On the option. He'll pitch it. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. He's got 98 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Quick toss. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, TCU!
TCU.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an...
Lofts one deep down the right side. And that ball is picked off. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Makes the catch on the left. Oh, look out. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Horned Frogs.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Going with the ground game left. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there in Death Valley than you? A captivating game so far. Toughest job inside that stadium right now might just be the scoreboard operator after all those first downs and touchdowns. Big plays have defined this one, thanks to two of the best receiving corps in all of college football. Let's see if these defenses can adjust and make the necessary.
LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
The option look. Runs through the tackle. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
Coming after him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's De La Rosa. Gets it out fast. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Horned Frogs headed quickly to the line. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get first downs. They throw the football and get first downs. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football getting first downs. They are so hard to defend.
Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Goes to the option. They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
They'll run the option. Now the toss. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you gotta have bounce. You can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. The Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Grab near the marker. It's Stewart. Touchdown, TCU! And the punishment has been extended. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, Phyllis, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Rutgers proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Scarlet Knights team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Hurley. Fires to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle. This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
They'll give it to him again. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark.
Running back.
39.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll run play action. They're working that left side. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down.
Man, this defense takes tons of pride in their pass defense. They've got athletes on the back end that can break on the ball, and they've got hands, too. We've seen them pluck 3 picks already. They almost got another one there.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air, using the quick game. And that first defender was just waving at him after that sweet move. He picked up the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Looking to pass. It's Hurley. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
That's a bad sign for the offense. You're trying to throw screen passes to try to negate the pass rush from the defense. That time, the pass rush even got home on a screen pass.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive, David.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Now on first down from the 28. Looking to move it through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Soto. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. He rifles one deep down the right side.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Wants to throw on third. Got his man quickly. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're going to throw it again. With the catch, it's Palmer. Just keep giving him the easy catches until they do something to stop it.
Yeah, you're going to dictate to the defense. You're going to make the defense cover him up, and then obviously it leaves the middle of the field a little bit more wide open for receiver for a tight end. So QB keeps making the right decision, getting the ball to the running back, and he's making plays.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Yeah, and if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
From the 22 on 1st and 10. Handoff to the single back. Shakes off the tackler. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Rocks through the defender. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And the route is on. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Hurley. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and you're... push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, TCU! And the beatdown has ensued. That score pushes this out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
TCU 77, LSU 14.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. They'll try to find a more productive play this time on 2nd and long from the 14. Wants to throw. It's Hurley. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job understanding that. I got to take that guy away. That's priority number 1. Understand it.
And that pass intercepted. He'll try to take it back. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off. After that interception.
The number 1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost...
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And the stomping has commenced. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable, and with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
TCU 84, LSU 14.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over. Move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Quickly complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Line getting set on second down. Looking to throw, it's Hurley. Finds the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the...
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays. But this defense is making sure he's not getting him.
And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
Oh, and he gets downfield with the big catch. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ballgame.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take it.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Looking downfield, it's De La Rosa. The throw. It's complete. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Quarterback will audible. Looking to go up top on first down. Gonna take a shot. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, TCU! And the pummeling has started.
TCU.
Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory. And with the extra point, the lead is even. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Baylor is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Robert Griffin III, and they are right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to San Jose State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such...
Turns it on down the left side. The 40. Inside the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And the punishment has been extended. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue. And right down the middle. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Hurley. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Second down now after the sack.
Brings up second down.
He's looking to throw. He's taking a deep shot. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.